In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can integrate beads or gemstones into your twist. So I've got some lovely Dalmation Jasper beads and bead chips, and I'm using 0.8mm gauge wire. It's black, it's enamel coated, and I've got a wooden ring clamp. So this is going to help me hold all the wires together when I twist, and then my usual tools. So I'm going to cut 3 lengths of the wires because it's going to be a choker rather than a bangle. I want to make these quite long. So I mean, you're going to have to guess it. It's an arm's length really, and you can always add extension chain to the back. But I've got 3 long lengths. I would say they're about 18 inches or so, 18 to 20 inches. So cut 3 pieces. I mean, you could have more. You could have 4 or 5 or 6, depending how many you want. And then tape those lengths together at one end. That holds everything in place. So I'm using a bit of masking tape, painter's tape will do, plumbing tape, whatever you've got to hand. And then go to the other end of the wires and start feeding on your beads and your chips. So you feed a few on one of the wires, then you move to the other wire, and you've also got to think, if you've got sort of larger beads and you want those to be more in the center of your necklace, then you want to space those out, make sure they go within the center, you know, sort of count how many you have on one side and then the main focal larger bead in the center. But you don't have to worry about which wires you put them on because they'll all be twisted together. So this is very random. The threading is really random. I'm just making sure that I, put a little bit on each wire so that they're not all on one of the twisting wires. So you don't want to watch me thread and thread and thread. I'll go to having threaded them. So here we are. I've put my beads on, and then I'm going to clamp them into the chuck of the wire whiz. So twist to open the chuck. In fact, I'm twisting it to close it now because I have put them in there, and just tighten it all up. So that's secure. So one end, that's the taped end, is gripped and secure in the chuck of the wire whiz. And now I'm going to the opposite end, and I know you can't see me, but I'm just taping the opposite ends of all those wires, and so that they're held together in one place. This just, helps them not fall off. And on the opposite end, I'm going to grip all those wires, the taped wires, and put them in my wooden ring clamp. So that gives me something to hold them with. So I'm going to hold it with that hand at the opposite end and hold it stretched. So they're going to be held. I know you can't see it all, but I just can't get it into my camera. And now what I'm doing, I'm spacing the beads into the center of those 3 wires. So where I'm holding my length, I'm spacing those so they sit roughly at the center, because I haven't covered all the wires. I'm pushing them into the center. And once I've got everything into the center of those 3 wires and spaced them out as I want them, so that's going to be the centerpiece, the focal of my necklace. Then when I'm ready, I'm turning the handle of my wire whiz. So one hand I'm turning the handle, the other hand is holding all the wires in the ring clamp. So I'm doing this on my own, but you can always get someone else to hold or twist for you. And as I twist, they're becoming integrated and twisted into the center. And you can see the twist is on each side, and the beads are held. So they're held in place at the center, and that's going to be my necklace. So the next thing you have to do is shape it round a circular mandrel, anything, a vase, anything cylindrical, or just do it with your hands. And then just spend a bit of time moving the beads as you want them. Now for the ends, snip off your tape or undo your tape, and then separate the twisted wires at the very end. So undo the twist. You want about 1 inch to be revealed. So separate about 1 inch. And then what you're going to do is just, I'm just straightening it out a little bit, because obviously because they were twisted, they become quite sort of mangled and uneven. And now take one of them and wrap it around the other two. So that grips that twist in place, and then snip off the excess and neaten and squidge down any spiky little end. Then you're going to make a wrapped loop with the next projecting wire. So wrap it around your round nose pliers. So that's where you're going to put your clasp, and take the excess extended wire and wrap underneath that loop or that link. You don't have to do many wraps, just one wrap around will do, as long as it's sort of sealed in. So that's your wrapped loop at one end. And then instead of cutting off the other extending wire, you can create a little tight spiral. So just make a little hook, squeeze that hook together and spiral the rest of the wire around it, and bring that spiral in and flatten it to cover the messy wires underneath, just under the wrapped loop. And then you can give it a tap at the very end to work harden if you feel it needs it. So that's how you do the ends. You've got your link at the end of the necklace, or choker necklace, whatever you want to call it. So we've got to do that at the other end as well. So cut off your tape or undo the tape, untwist, so go in the opposite direction to the twist to separate the wires. So if you could twist 6 wires together, make something much more chunky, and if you had that many wires, you'd be cutting more off because you don't want it so bulky at the back. You'd just be doing this roughly the same thing. So I'm just checking the 2 sides are roughly even on each side of the beaded center. So use one of them to grip all of them together, and then cut off. And make sure you squeeze the ends down, then unravel the other 2. You can just sort of like straighten it out by sort of munching on it with your flat nose pliers. So I'm going to make a wrapped loop for my other end. The main thing is at the end of a necklace, you don't want it to be too bulky, you know, too many wires. So this is why you slowly take each one at a time, and you can use them decoratively. If you've got a lot of wires, you can make lots of little flat spirals. So with my last projecting wire, I'm going to do a flat spiral again. So a little hook or head pin, and then push the wire around that until it comes in towards the stem and the top of the twist, and then flatten it over all my workings to hide the mess. So the next thing is to make the actual fish hook clasp. So I'm back with I'm making it out of the 0.8 enamel coated black wire from Jewellery Maker. So I'm going to do a double fish hook. So I've doubled up my wire. I'm just doubling it up so that it's doubled parallel. You can see there's the 2 parallel wires. And then I'm just going to hold some of the doubled wire, so it's just under 1 inch there. And I'm wrapping the rest of the stem away. So I've got a doubled end now. And I'm just going to tap the end on my steel block with my whammer hammer, because that will just work harden and temper the tip of my clasp. It just makes it stronger. I'm leaving a long stem because I might add a bead. See, I've got one of the Dalmation Jasper beads left there, and it will just bring, you know, the beads back to the back of the necklace. It just adds another little bit of decorative detail. So with the end of my clasp, I'm making a little hook, and then I'm going in the opposite direction to make the hook of the clasp, pushing it round my round nose pliers to create that hook, and that will give me the clasp at the opposite end. So spend a bit of time molding it round to the shape that you want, and then I'm going to add my bead, and this is going to be connected by a wrapped loop. So I'm just starting the wrap by crossing the wire over, and then I'm deciding which side of the necklace is my front and which is my back. Which one do I prefer as my front and my back? So I'm looking at both sides. I think I prefer this side. So because I'm right-handed, I'm going to put it on the right-hand side, push that in, and then you're going to close the wrap so that it's sealed in that last loop that we've just made of the twist. So once it's in there, grip where it crosses over. I always have to switch hands here, and then wrap the extended wire just underneath where that bead is, and that will seal it all in. And it just means that it's completely secure. You know, it's not going to come apart. Make sure there's no spikiness left. So look at that. You've got your clasp. You can add an extension chain if you want it longer. You can make that out of the 0.8 wire. And if this is a little troubleshooting tip, if you have scratched the enamel while making, you know, the piece with your pliers, just use a little bit of a Sharpie. It's basically an indelible ink, you know, just to cover any little ends or bits of copper that might be shining through, and that will cover everything. So that's it. So you can have a go at making choker necklaces like this or bangles. Thanks for watching.